Hi everybody. Here's a story about Minnie's lockdown lessons. What have you learned from Hedgehog Lockdown? P asked Minnie, #the minx. I thought you loved woodlice, interrupted Spike. No, thank you, not for me, retorted Minnie, who had bumped into Spike and P snacking on woodlice by the bins on the other side of the main road. Minnie, who had been known as Skinny Minnie, had spent time in lockdown in a cage in a garage with her friend Stinky Kevin. They were there because they had troubles and needed love and kindness, but it wasn't that simple. Garage lockdown came at a price. Loss of freedom traded for protection from the cold and lack of food in winter. Spending time relying on humans wasn't really the hedgehog way. Minnie found herself there at the end of the summer, when the days were getting shorter and the nights were getting colder. Minnie had been struggling, but she didn't know it at the time. Happy scuttling around, nibbling a woodlouse here and there, and a woodlouse here and there as well, and not sitting down to a proper slug or worm dinner, as her mother had taught her. She would rather scuttle off in search of the next treat than sit down and finish her food properly. She had been neglecting herself, and being born at the end of the summer didn't help her. She was a very young, inexperienced hedgehog who hadn't managed to get up to a good weight for her winter sleep. So when the kindly human from Hedgehog Rescue HQ found her, Minnie was in trouble. It was a cold and drizzly wet day, and Minnie was all alone, all slowed up, and in truth, very, very, very fed up and very, very, very underfed. The warm hot water bottle and towels in the rescue cardboard cupboard were a great comfort, but to her, that was just the beginning. Minnie needed a rescue plan and a safe place to be. In the cage in garage lockdown, she had just that. Time to slow down and think and pray for a recovery and a fresh start. Time for herself. Time to learn new ways. Time for hedgehog Pilates lessons from Kevin. How to have the best hedgehog posture. Head held high. Nose forward. Alert for any slight sniff of a juicy worm dinner. Legs poised, ready to trundle. Then curling up in a ball exercise, followed by the uncurling, prickle by prickle, and stretching out. Minnie even learned she could swim, something that surprised her when the kind humans put her in the warm water of the physiotherapy paddling pool to help her legs get strong. Time to be thankful for the familiar runs in the garden, how the routine of the night's hunting would unfold. First, the fading of the light, heralded by twilight. Chirruping of those pesky birds. She always hoped they had left behind some worms worth catching. Then it was time to venture out through the narrow front door from the house under the shed. The back door was much less of a squeeze, you know. Into the velvet soft quietness of the night, to break the stillness by rustling through all the dry leaves. Off on another hunting trip adventure. Remembering this made Minnie sad and sorry she had not got it right first time, and ashamed she needed to be in the garage, relying on the kindness of human beings. She wanted to look after herself. The other hedgehogs in lockdown had helped, as they discussed their troubles, hopes and prayers together. Lazy Maisie, so named by the humans, wasn't lazy at all. She walked slowly because she only had 3 legs. She was the best storytelling hedgehog and had had a great life. It was wonderful to listen, to relax hearing tales of brave hoglet litters she had raised in the church graveyard where she had lived. She was resigned to lockdown life and even talked of raising another litter of hoglets there. Dennis the Menace wasn't a nuisance at all. He was a very intelligent hedgehog who took his time to work out how to break out of his cage and get into the biscuit barrel in the hedgehog rescue basket, where they kept all the supplies. Dry powdered milk designed for puppies but equally suitable for young orphan hoglets, athlete's foot treatment, antibiotic pills. Although even all this treatment hadn't been enough to save poor Maisie's leg. Minnie got into a new routine and learned what was really important to her. The love she received healed her body and her heart. She had needed time to heal them both. Life was much more precious now and much more fun. So when lockdown suddenly ended and she found herself back where she started, although now the days were warmer and the insects were out and about, Minnie the Minx wasn't as skinny anymore and thought joyfully to herself, I'm free, really free, free to be me, the very best me I can be.